All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius. I am out at the range today. I am going to shoot the Canik Prime some more. I'm up to 700 now. You may or may not know that, depending on when you are watching this. But I did get Miss Amanda out to the range yesterday, and she got to put some rounds down range with it. Stay tuned for that. Again, if it's not already up. But I just decided to take a time out for a minute from just basically running rounds through this thing. I've already done videos on, the feature set, whether or not it's worth the extra money, just several videos. I've gotten it out to 700 so far. You may or may not have seen that yet, but I wanted to stop kind of right here and after just comment after comment after comment and the time that it takes to sit there and comment back to every single person. I mean, if as many people that commented asking questions about the gun was asking me questions about the Lord, man, we'd be in some pretty good shape. But speaking of that, as always, out in front of the video, we were all born sinners. At some point in time, we willfully sinned against our Creator, and the penalty for that is death and eternal separation from our Creator. The payment was made for that sin on the cross by Jesus Christ. God in the flesh took on flesh, came to the earth, was crucified by his very creation, and died for your sins. And all you have to do is accept that payment to be eternally with him in heaven. And if you don't know what that means, if you've never heard that, if you have and you just have questions, as always, please reach out to me. In the comments section is fine. Or you can reach out to me at gsquaredtactical@gmail.com. Ask any questions you might have. Be more than happy to share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ with you. So, I have addressed some things, but I take it that people must not be watching the video. Okay, that's the only thing that I can figure is that maybe they commented on, maybe one of them, me just getting it out to 400 rounds. Maybe that's the one they commented on. And they didn't see the one that I done prior to that. But I'm still getting a plethora of people saying, and I've already addressed this one time, and the reason why I think that people do this, but I'm still getting a plethora of people that are saying, oh, it's not worth it. One guy said, go out and get you, what did he say? I forget what he said. Go out and get a flared mag well or something, and you and put on your LS, and you basically have a prime or something silly like that. And I've already said it. Go over and check the video out. Why you should pay $200 more for the Canik Prime. Go over there and I break it down. But I'm gonna do it again right fast, just for the people to say that it's not worth the extra $250, whatever you're paying right now. I gave $599 plus tax, which is around $200 more, 150, 200 actually than the LS. Okay, and it's totally worth that. You have a $35 mag well, you have a $85 trigger, aluminum flat face trigger. You have night sights. It's 135 bucks already you're worth it. Okay, send your barrel off to be fluted and ported, and you're probably looking at another 150 bucks. Okay, the different grip angle and the stippling is probably $400 more. Probably, low end 300, 350, high end 425 for everything that you get on this gun over the LS or the L or the original MC9. Okay, so it's totally worth the extra money. Now, when maybe people have watched that video, then they'll say that it's more snappy, that it's louder. Like I am just like done with all of the comments about the gun being louder. I genuinely do not like. For the people that are so worried about that, please, if there's some type of device, I'm sure there is, that reads audible levels, hit me up in the email. I'll send you my PO box, and you can send me whatever device you want to send me, and I'll test it and send it back to you. It'd be a way for you to support the channel. Who cares? Like, I genuinely do not care, and I have noticed nothing. And when my wife was out at the range yesterday, I'd forgotten about it. And every bit of the shooting that I've done with this, she's not been here. She's not been around. She's not heard me say anything about it. She would typically ask, how did it go? I'll say good, bad, whatever. She's not heard me say anything about this gun. She was at the range, and it just dawned on me as we left. I said, let me ask you a question. While we've been out here shooting, because she shot several guns. She shot the Platypus, and she shot the MC9 LS. I said, did you notice any noise? Like, did your ears ring, especially when you were shooting the Prime over any of the rest of them? She's like, is that a serious question? Are you trying to be funny? You trying to trap me in something? I said, no, it's a serious question. What people... She said, well, no, I didn't notice anything. I said, well, what about when I was shooting it and you were standing over here? Did you notice anything? I mean, Gene, if you wouldn't have brought it up, I wouldn't even have thought to mention it, you know, or to say anything about it, or to even know that it was a thing. Like, who cares? But that's what they'll say. Oh, it's loud, it's super loud. Listen, no question it's probably louder. I have ear protection in, so it's probably hard for me to tell. But no question with the ports, it's probably louder than your standard non-ported gun. Of course, ported guns are a little bit louder. Obscenely loud? I don't think so. I mean, again, I'm not going to take my ear protection off to find out. If you want to send me a device, I'd be more than happy to test that theory. But so then if it ain't that, they say there's no difference in the snappiness. Please go over, check out the video, Canik Prime versus MC9 LS in felt recoil, and you just watch the video and you tell me. And if the one where my wife was shooting it is already up, watch that one and you tell me there's not a huge, probably 25 or 30% difference in muzzle rise and felt recoil from the LS, the L, definitely the original MC9 than there is on this. The comps or the ports definitely work, okay? It is definitely more fun to shoot. Definitely feels way better in the hand with the more aggressive texturing on here and the different angle of the grip. It feels amazing in the hand over the LS. And that's the first thing my wife said when she picked it up, okay? So again, I think the reason people are doing that, saying, oh, go get a flared mag well or buy you an aluminum trigger and you have a Prime. No, you don't. No, you don't, okay? Well, it ain't no difference at all. It's loud, and there's no difference in the felt recoil or the muzzle rise. Yes, there is. A huge difference, actually. So what is going on here? I know this because I have personally done this, okay? What's going on is they have an MC9, an L, or an LS, and the next big thing has came out, and they're trying to talk themselves out of, they want it, but they're trying to talk themselves out of spending the money on it. So they're trying to convince themselves by trying to convince me and everyone in the comment section that it's just not that great. It's not that much better than the LS or the L and the Prime. I'm here to tell you, I have no reason to lie. I paid for this gun with my own money. As you should know by now, if you watch me, if it's garbage, I'm going to say it's garbage. I don't care how much I paid for it or how awesome or big of a name that the gun has attached to it. If it's garbage, it's garbage, okay? And you should know that by now, that I would definitely be the one to say that, okay? Definitely way better. Okay, now, another thing that has been something that has started recently, and I think this is just another way for people to try to talk themselves. No, this one I don't think people are talking themselves out of it. I think it's just pure hate, okay? So people are out here saying, oh, it's made in the United States, it's made in America, as if that means anything. It's still a Turkish company owned by Turkish people, and the profits are going back to Turkey and blah, blah, blah. Like, okay. So yes, they built a large manufacturing facility down in Florida, and they are manufacturing the MC9 Prime down there. Now, I'm sure they'll probably manufacture more down there, okay? Yes, it's still owned by Turkish people. Yes, I'm sure a lot of, if not most of the profits go back to Turkey. But that facility that they built was built by American workers. It employs American workers. The property that it is sitting on is taxes are being paid for that property in America, and the people that are working there are paying taxes, and they're also spending their money in the local economy. Okay, so is it 100% full blown all American, helping American completely and fully? No, I'm sure that again, a lot of the profits are going back to Turkey, and it still is a Turkish company, okay? But it's better than nothing, right? So, yes, they are building this down in Florida, in America, by American workers. And I never said, and nor have I heard anyone say, as the one guy said, just because you want something to be true don't mean it's true. What does that mean? That it's not true that it's built here? Yes, it absolutely is true. Okay? What he's trying to say is what I said in the first or second video that I done is that it's made in America, and I was very, very hesitant to even say it, right? And if you notice, I only said it in one video other than this one. And I can't remember if it was my first video or my second video that I done it. I think it was the first one. And it was a very brief mention. And during that video, I said, but you know what? The haters ain't going to care about that. They're still going to say, oh, it's a Turkish company and that money's being sent back to Turkey, okay? I knew it, and it has already started happening because for whatever reason, the people that love Canik, the love runs deep, okay? And the people that hate it, the hate runs deep. And that's why when I said I wasn't really going to do these 1,000-round reviews anymore, I decided to do it with this one just because I personally have never owned a Canik other than one. It was a TP9DA that has had a single malfunction, and I have owned about 18 different Canik guns. They have all been flawless and great for me. And then one more thing that a lot of people have been asking recently is about the ammunition. I mentioned the Blazer brass and not running it through the ported guns. Now, I have ran Blazer brass through a ton of ported guns. I put like 800 rounds of it through my Canik TTI before I even knew about the warning on the side of the box, okay? It done nothing to me. I'm still here. I'm still in good shape. And it harmed the gun in no way, okay? But what does happen is the copper plating that is on those rounds or any like it gets shredded in the ports, and so it tosses little pieces of copper, you know, maybe back behind you on the truck, maybe back at your body. But I've never been burnt by it. It's not hot, anything like that. I have my eye protection on, and it just shreds the copper basically. So I used a lot of 124 MagTech or 115 MagTech because it doesn't have that copper plating on there. But no, I ran the ammo through there just fine, and I genuinely think it's just a CYA thing from the manufacturer of not only the gun but also the ammo, just in case one of those shards of copper or something were to land in someone's eye or, you know, burn their arm or, you know, whatever. It's just being tossed. It's not like it's being thrown 1,200 foot per second. So that's the ammo thing. And then another thing people ask is, would I carry a ported gun? Would I carry this gun? For me, most Caniks, although I did carry the LS a little bit, and mostly in the truck, I did carry it on my person a little bit, but for me, the trigger is just a little bit too light. It's really, to me, it's still a competition trigger, and it's still a little too light, and I haven't gotten to a place, I guess I'm an old FUD, where I feel comfortable or would carry a ported gun. So to answer your question, at this time, no. And Canik triggers are amazing. What I wish Canik would do would be make a true carry gun. Make something like this with this stippling, with this grip angle, with the flared mag well, not ported, but lightened up a little bit, and put a, you know, I don't want to say a Glock trigger, but put a duty trigger in there. Put a carry trigger in there that's not quite as hairpin, doesn't have quite as short of a reset, and you know, make a real duty pistol, you know. So for the time being, no, I would not carry the gun. But everybody, come on now, stop hating on the Canik. I am so confident that it's going to go 1,000 and would go beyond. Everybody was saying a ported gun, you running that plated ammo through it, man, that thing's got to be wet. This thing is so dry, I feel bad because I spent my own money that God gave me on this, right? It's not, it's going to slow down. A ported gun, that happens, especially when you're shooting that junk ammo. That's what everybody told me about the LFA. Like, well, I mean, that's just what happens, you know. No, it ain't happened with this one, and I have no doubt it would go beyond 1,000 rounds without an issue. Thanks so much for watching. Sorry for rambling so much. Just wanted to address some of the things people have been talking about in the comment section. I'm going to start out to 1,000 with this, and I get started on that today. Consider going over, supporting Amanda and I on Patreon, $5 or $10 a month. You can cancel anytime. There is no obligation. I do upload the videos from YouTube to there, okay? Nothing special over there just yet. You can also go to gsquaredtactical.com, hit on the 3 lines in the corner. You can support the channel monetarily through there, get the majority of that money. We also have some merch over there. If there's something you would like, make a suggestion. We'll see if we can get it made, okay? Also, you can do super thanks. And if you can't do any of those things, if you can't monetarily support us, you know what? Subbing, commenting, liking, sharing on your social media platforms or whatever platforms you can share it on, and just getting our name out there, because this is the year we will determine if we continue to keep doing this. And you know, getting to a certain level of subscribers is really what is most important to us at this time. And so anyway, everybody that prays, pray for us. If you need prayer, ask. We'll do the same thing for you guys. Thanks so much again for watching, and as always, to God only be the glory.